Hey, welcome. What's up, everybody? It is M&C Show. That's right, M&C Show. I like the
it too. It's got a hell of a ring to it, crap.
It does. That's in fact sort of what we're gonna go by when we actually officially come back as M&C Show. Yes. I know a lot of people are probably wondering, what's going on with all that, and we're gonna keep you guys up to date. We're gonna give you guys a little bit of information about what's going on. Please hit the like button, share it out, so everybody can sort of get an idea that we're live. We will be going back to our Thursday nights, and we're going to have an intro and the bits and the skits, and we're working on that stuff. But let me introduce Mooch, because he's here too. What's up?
What's up, buddy? Yeah, no, let's get I want to get the audience kind of shuffled in here. A lot of people don't know. We wanted to do this show for you guys today. More as a couple things. First of all, there's some news to talk about that we should go over, Crap, and I know you have a list of that. But even more than that, we want to keep the audience informed. So Crap and I are working diligently to get back the show to as close as what you guys are used to seeing in a very short period of time. And we're actually turning that corner as we speak. We had some things progressively happening this morning even, which are great. And like I said, we are conducting a few interviews with some producers to kind of come in and do some of the background and backdrops and some of the stuff that you guys are used to hearing and seeing from us. So all of that is kind of in the works. Hopefully within the next week or two, you guys will see these changes on screen. So that's why it's really important for us to have a weekly show still and let you guys know that we are working on this. And believe me, when I say it, it's day and night, night and day. Besides our other jobs, we're working on this, not to mention Xbox Nation and Crossfire in between. So it's all happening, folks. And we do want to kind of stress the urgency and let everybody know that this is a great time for you to take a second and think about helping out in the Patreon. It really would help. Now's a good time. Recruiting folks, this and that, new equipment. It does cost a couple extra bucks than usual. So if anyone was ever thinking about helping M&C, now's the time. The link is in the description. So thank you on that. But Crap, there is gaming news to talk about too.
There is, and I also wanted to point out to everybody that so basically just to kind of further elaborate on what's been going on is when we come back, it sort of is a little bit of a rebrand M&C show. We've got we'll have a new song, new backdrop, new graphics, new everything.
Well, what they should know too, Crap, is not only are you saying that, but everything Crap just said is actually being worked on as we speak. So it's not like, well, this is what we want to do. Well, if I was in the audience, I'd be like, well, no kidding, that's what you want to do. It's actually happening. The only thing is that everyone that's working on it are artists in their own respect, and they need time. So we're giving them time to make the best looking effects and the best looking and the best sounding song. So I just want to add that part too, Crap. It's not that this is what we want. It's actually most of that stuff is being created or in the works, and the audience should know that the wheels are in motion.
Yeah, everything is in motion, and we just really appreciate everybody kind of bearing with us, because what happens is when we brought this show back over a year ago, it took months of planning to get everything, how we wanted it to actually have things set up the way we wanted it. And that's kind of what's going on. And it's not going to take as long this time, but we are kind of progressively, making it, just how everybody can enjoy it. And we're going to, the bits and the skits, all that stuff is still going to be there. Just takes a little bit of time. So please shuffle in, hit the like button, share it out, all that kind of good stuff. We really do appreciate it. It means a lot to us. There is a lot of interesting news to talk about. I wanted to talk a little bit about kind of what I named it a little bit, which was Crackdown 3, kind of a stealth delay, right? So
that's an interesting title, and I think you probably have something on it, right, Crap?
Yeah, because what happens is if you look at some of the product pages now, it seems to be pushed back a week. It was originally the 22nd of February, right? And now most of the places it's listing as like the 28th. Not a huge deal, but I think it is a little bit. You have a little bit to work, even if you wanted to push it into March a little bit. I think most people would be fine with that, to give it a little breathing room. I don't think I'll care, because
that February. Go ahead, no, finish, please.
I was gonna say I think Days Gone will probably move out of that date too. Anthem is just looking like too much of a juggernaut, and you also have Metro. That's coming out. I think that is a bit of a it would be a risk. It'd be a risk to kind of go out there and put that out there at that particular time. So
with those 4 games coming out in that same day, Crap, I think I'm going to alter the song slightly, but 2 of those things are not like the other, and that's kind of the issue right there. You can't have Anthem, Days Gone, Crackdown 3, and Metro all coming out on the same day and figure that all of them are going to do glorious in sales. Realistically, you're saying Days Gone might get pushed to the right. I thought it would get pushed to the left, believe it or not. I think the game is done. I think they can release it in January and try and get some of the dividends off of a game that could be shaky in Sony's first party lineup. And why not? If there's nothing else coming out, really crap, they could just reap the benefits of nothing's coming out right now. We're going to scoop up everyone's because let's be honest, crap, whether you're getting Battlefield 5 or not, there's nothing. Shut the damn dog up.
Shut that damn dog up.
Oh, wait, that's your dog.
Oh, that's my own dog. Yeah.
So anyways, I mean, realistically, crap, if me and you had a game coming out and we're like, realistically, crap, I don't know how this thing's going to work out. I would not want to go up against any other title. So I said, let's release this thing January 10th and scoop up the money that's available.
Yeah, specifically, I would not want to go up against Anthem. I think that is really something that would not end well for that game. But they do have Game Pass to fall back on, and I do think that's where a lot of people are going to try it. Look, even as much, I mean, I'm going to buy it because I get everything pretty much. But I can understand that somebody looking from the outside that even likes Crackdown would not trust that this is going to be a good game, right? Let's just be honest. Games that go through this kind of development, they have issues more times than not. I am hopeful that this game is going to end up being exactly what Phil wants it to be and be a great game, but something tells me it's probably going to be more average than anything. Yeah. And with that average, to me, I was happy that Forza Horizon 4 came out in Game Pass because that's obviously a game with a lot of content.
Yes.
It's a great AAA game, and it really breaks up what people thought of as Game Pass, right? Because Sea of Thieves, State of Decay 2, a lot of people just look at those as kind of unfinished games or whatever, and I get that
or
argument.
Filler for the most part, right? A game especially a game like Sea of Thieves, whether you like it or not, that's not the discussion at hand today.
Yeah,
that's something crap where you say, okay, I have Game Pass, I can go in, I can play it when I want. I know they're adding content to it every couple of months, whatever. But this Forza game crap really puts Game Pass, I think, at a level of maybe I gotta have this for certain people on the fence.
Yeah. Exactly, 100%. And I think that what Microsoft has to do is be a little bit careful with this game because a lot of people probably aren't going to want to give it a try. So have as little competition out there as you can. So people are like, hey, you know what? Crackdown 3 or nothing. I'll go with Crackdown 3, Yeah. Hey, it's boom, boom, kaboom, boom, boom in the room. Hey, what's up, Noof Nukem? Hey, everybody, what's up? Like I said, please, if you're shuffling in early, share it out. Hit that like button.
Yes.
Mooch and I right now, as we speak, have people working on new artwork where we've got we've interviewed some producers.
Yep.
We've got someone working on a new song. All of this stuff is going in motion, but we wanted to keep everybody up to date and keep you guys in the fold. Absolutely. And say we appreciate you guys being a little bit patient with us and stuff like that because it really does mean the world to us, and this show means the world to us. And so it's that's why we're still doing it. It's tough to really kind of put it into words, but I mean, this was kind of the show when Mooch, when you came up with this idea, it just really kind of was something that I was really kind of like, wow, well, that's the amazing
thing, crap. I mean, we both love our respected Xbox Nations and Crossfires, but those are your typical news shows. This was a show for the audience. This was a show to say, all of you guys that do come in, enjoy Xbox Nation and Crossfire every week. This is a way for you guys to hear what we've been saying, reporting the news, hearing a panel speak, right? And now they got a chance, crap, to call in. They had a chance to do voicemails. They had an opportunity to voice their opinions and be like, you know what? And that was fine. I liked it when some people would call and say, I don't agree with you guys. This is what I think. I dig that because to be honest with you, that brings up great discussion in the gaming world. And that's something you don't see, guys. That is something you truly don't see in the gaming media, right? It's always their opinion, kind of shoveled down your throat. And with this show, it was the ability for a lot of gamers on both sides, no matter what system you liked, to come out and say, I agree with you guys, and I like the direction that maybe Microsoft or Sony is going in, or, I don't agree, and I don't like the direction these guys are going in, and you were able to voice your opinion. So that was really cool, and also the fact of doing what I would say is a morning show crap, but then ultimately could be an evening show. It doesn't matter. Is
the MNC show,
right?
Yeah, that's where the MNC show thing comes in. So people are go, oh well, you would go from MNC mornings to evenings to show because I like the fact that we could put the show on whenever we want, and then if we have a song that's like MNC show, then that's a little bit more clear, and we could just if we do a special Sunday show, we can do it. If we do it on an evening on a Thursday, we can do it. We've got a ton of ideas for the bits and stuff that we're going to do. We just need a way to get them out there. So that's really something that takes a little bit of time for you guys. Hey, I see you guys all in the chat, man. Welcome. Hit that like button. Hey, come on, man. Let's stop with the trolling. Isn't it a little bit early for that?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Have a cup of coffee and a muffin or something, will you?
Yeah. Or have a
Snickers. Yeah, I was gonna say maybe he's hangry.
Yeah, like
this early, you can't be angry. You must be hangry.
Yeah, you must be hangry. Yeah, it's got to be one of those things. So, Mooch, I saw you putting out some Spider-Man pictures, right?
I did.
And have you finished the game yet? Have you platinum the game yet?
So platinum, no. Let's be honest. You stated something very early on when the game came out, Crap, and you were spot on. To just run through the actual main missions are easy, fast, quick, and any other right? Yeah, really. So I'm at, I think 90. Last we spoke, a week ago, I was at 80. What was it? 80%. Now I'm at like 94% done with the game. I've got to take those remaining. I think 25. I have 25 more pictures to take around the city, and then I've got, I think, 2 more parts of the main quest. Everything else is done. I probably need, I think, Crap, really, I'm not being comical. I would say I probably need about 2 hours left to finish what I know is there. Now the problem is, Crap, even when I'm done, I have a feeling it's going to read 99% because I think in order to get the last trophy, you have to do all the challenges. There's those rooftop challenges, the one that's infamous for you with swinging through the smoke clouds that you didn't care for. Well, there's about 12 of those or 15 of those, and you have to complete them all in the gold standard of timing. It's time. Yeah. And you have to get all of those to unlock the last suit. When you unlock that last suit, you get the achievement or the trophy for having all of the suits unlocked. So that's hidden behind that. So even when I finish the game sometime today, Crap, and it will be complete, I don't think I'll have the platinum. I'll have to go back and do those. Most of them I got to silver, but I never tried. I think one of them I got to gold because I didn't think that was that crucial. I just tried to get silver on all of them. I was like, that's good enough. That's enough of the tokens. You get the challenge tokens. Yeah. So anyways, to answer your question, I'm probably 2 hours out from finishing it, but I'm going to be at 99% because I don't believe I'm going to get that last trophy until I finish all the challenges on gold. So that's a bit tedious. But I do plan on starting up Assassin's Creed also.
Yeah, I actually started that, and it's phenomenal. It's everything that
it looks great.
Yeah, everything that people were saying it was. That it is. It's absolutely been incredible. I'm probably only a couple hours in, but wow.
How do you feel, Crap, being like someone like me who's been very vocal and said that I personally am not an Assassin's Creed fan in the past, right? You know this.
Yeah.
You do have to admit, though, the reason I'm excited about the game and the reason I think it's doing so well is because this game stepped out of the shoes or the shadow of what the old Assassin's Creed. They were just boring and slow and moving around. The stealth got really old after a couple hours. This is different now. And they have a real role-playing game, and they have the boats, which makes it like Black Flag and a new Assassin's Creed game meshed together. I mean, you see where I'm coming from? I think this Assassin's Creed is doing so well because they changed the narrative and they changed the way that the gameplay is so much from the traditional route.
Yeah, you know what? See, here's the thing. I thought Origins, which is sort of almost the same thing, got a little bit boring and grindy towards the end. Okay. I'm hoping that this one isn't as bad. But I gotta say that
signs of it?
Not yet. So far everything is very much straight ahead, and kind of what you do is kind of just, it's pretty simple, really. I mean, you can do side quests. I do, a couple here and there. I just don't want to be forced to do every single side quest, right? Like that to me is
that what Origins did to you?
Well,
it forced you to do them,
and because you had to be a certain level to beat the ending.
Okay,
and otherwise you just get your butt kicked. So, for me personally, I was just like, man, this is getting old, and you got to do all these stupid. Hey, I would help you out here, but I got a twisted ankle and a bum leg. Like
my leg.
There was my leg. Yeah, exactly. So that was a problem. And now, with this one, I haven't seen as much as that. This game looks even better. I like the whole Greek thing better, in my opinion. Just and the boating stuff, and honestly, it has one of the longest intros I've ever seen for a game. Yeah. Like you play it for like 2.5, 3 hours, and then you get like the little intro part or whatever. So yeah, it's weird like that, but it is incredible. I absolutely think that they went in the right direction with this. They made it like a full-on RPG. Yes. And I think it really suits this type of game. It's really incredible. I gotta say, absolutely incredible. You know, for me personally, yeah, it's I'm super happy. Me and you both boosted it. Shout out to Yobi.
Yeah, shout out to Yobi Dren, who's just not only been just a hell of a friend, crap, but he's donated to the show. He's donated to us. Just a hell of a guy overall, and he appreciates the time and effort we put in. And I want to say that I appreciate his time and effort that he puts into watching our shows and contributing to the show.
Yeah, exactly.
Crap, let me tell you something. I'm a little giddy here. This is going to be a huge week for a lot of people, and this may be bigger than we even thought it was going to be. This is the week, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, I believe Call of Duty Black Ops 4 comes out this week coming up. I believe it's out on Friday, if I'm not wrong. Is it the 12th, crap? Is it the 10th? Is it the 9th? It's coming out soon.
Yeah, it's coming out very soon. It's coming out the 12th.
The 12th, right? Okay, so here's the deal, crap. I haven't done my due diligence on homework on this, but I've been hearing through the grapevine that Ninja, who I know I'm not saying you're not a fan of, but you don't. I watch some of his work.
He's a streamer, right?
He's the streamer that does Fortnite.
Yeah.
He's even on the Samsung commercials now. That's how big he's gotten into video games. He's become an icon.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard of him. I just don't watch.
Well, the word I'm hearing is he's going from Fortnite to Blackout.
Yes. Well, so is someone else, that Dr. Disrespect guy. He's pretty popular too.
That's huge, crap.
Yeah. He's going to Blackout. You know, it just here's the thing. These things all kind of come and go, and it's on to the next best thing. If they can give you that, you know, let's be honest here. There was a reason why Call of Duty was so popular. It's got that fluid Twitch shooter thing down, right? And if they can give you that fluidity in a mode like that, and it's more realistic than Fortnite. Like Fortnite's okay for what it is. You know, it's not my thing, but I get why people like it.
Yeah.
But if Call of Duty can successfully pull that off with vehicles and everything that I like, it needs to be a little bit tighter than what I played in the beta, because I couldn't even play with my friends.
Agreed.
It is very, very intriguing. And even as someone looking from the outside, like that really likes campaigns and stuff, it's very much a game that I'm looking at.
Yes.
Because it just looks like it's fun. I've been playing more Call of Duty lately anyway. I've been playing World War II, and I've been having a lot of fun with that.
A lot of people write me on Xbox Live just to let me know that you're playing World War II Call of Duty. They're like, what the hell's crap doing on World War II all the time, Call of Duty? I go, he likes it. What do you want me to say?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, here's the thing, right? Like, so me and Hellhammer have been playing a lot of World War II, and it's been fun. So last night we were playing it and just having a good time.
Yeah.
And then like a bunch of our former like teammates from the back in the day happened to get on, and we had a full team for the first time in forever.
That's awesome.
And I just reminded me how much I freaking love multiplayer games in Xbox Live, right?
Yeah. Absolutely
Incredible. Not only that, but we played Call of Duty for a while, and then we got on some Gears.
Yeah.
And you know, when you haven't been on Gears in a while and you get that butt whooping at first.
Yeah.
And then, like, at least how I am, there comes a point where you get a little bit angry. And then once I got angry, man, I was just like, you know, talking trash, just like, move, you know, I was just like tearing through people. And then
you get back into it.
Yeah. And it's like, that's that game. Like for me, I get really into that game. Even when I'm playing, like, even remember when we used to play at night sometimes, and we play with the friend, like fans of the show, Bam, and all.
I was just gonna bring this up, crap. You know, I know we have between what we're doing with MNC Show and Xbox Nation Crossfire and any kind of guest appearances on other shows, the timing kind of gets eat up during the week. But you know, I would really encourage somebody who's in the community that wants to kind of take the baton and run with it. It was really great when She Wolf and Foxfire, Lady Foxfire, and GKB kind of ran that games night. That was fun to pop in on. And now with Mixer and everything being so great, I would definitely endorse that. And, you know, it's not like everybody can make it every Saturday. It's not like it's a podcast or a show. But it was great to say, hey, this week the community's playing this game. You know, and it could be anything from Sea of Thieves to Blackout to Call of Duty multiplayer to Destiny, Crucible. It could be anything. And it was good to rotate the games and just show how much fun that really was. And it was great for a lot of the audience to kind of jump into an Xbox Live party with a bunch of people from YouTube that they listen to. And it was just, like I said, it was overall just a great time.
Yeah, you know, I sort of missed that, you know, because we used to play with like Bam and have a good time. But even when we used to do that for fun, when it comes to Gears, man, I happen to always get super into it and competitive. and will talk trash, even if they're like really friendly people or whatever. So I do kind of have have that tendency or whatever. But yeah, I absolutely I love the multiplayer aspect, and I really like Forza. You know, I more or less play Forza by myself, but I'm really into that. I'm really into Assassin's Creed. I started the VR game, Rescue Bot. I like that. I've got all these games to play, but I keep getting dragged back to the to these multiplayer games with friends and stuff, because that's always much more fun to me than just staying alone and playing stuff by yourself, you know? So that's why I always, when people ask me that, and it's like when people always kind of go, oh, well, not bad for a one and done game. They say it almost like it's a bad thing. Like, it's not just a PlayStation thing that's one and done. For me, for most people, when you finish a single player game, you're done with it. It's not a bad thing. It's just what are you supposed to do with it? Yeah. You know? Yeah. Like, I'm not going to, I love God of War. It's probably my favorite single player game this generation so far. And I'm never going to go back and play that game again.
A single player game can be compared to a good novel you've enjoyed. It doesn't mean you can't go back and read it again, but more than likely, I would say most people, I know someone's going to be like, I've read this book 75 times. Well, that's good for you. But realistically, after you're done, even with a good book, you're done with it. You know? Exactly. So that's again, am I making fun of the book or dissing the book? Absolutely not. It's called your time. There's only so much sand in the hourglass, folks.
It's
okay?
True.
That's why you can't open it and add more sand.
Yep.
It doesn't work that way.
Yep.
It's a sealed container.
You only have so much time in your day, and you got to fit in work, and you got to fit in.
Who the hell's yelling? But yeah, I really, that's so good, Crap. I love it. I feel like it's the Primus thing from the 90s. But yeah, so it's great. I think that, the one and done thing, people take that and they run with it the wrong way. It's not by no means a deterrent not to play the game. But you do have to look at it this way. Most people that enjoy playing multiple games a year, they're not going to be like, I loved God of War. You guys don't understand. I truly, truly did.
Yeah, me too.
We make the joke with the game of our existence, and the reason that you were a twinkle in your dad's eyes because of that game, or is that a joke? But nonetheless, all right, Crap. Realistically, I'm not going back and playing the whole thing again. Not right now, anyway. Not right now. There's so many. We just said there's so many games. Forza, Odyssey, Blackout comes out this week. Red Dead Redemption 2. How the hell are we going to play Odyssey and Red Dead Redemption 2 and then go back and play more Spider-Man or more God of War? Who? Nobody.
Ooh, yeah, exactly.
So anyways, I it's so hard. So when you say one and done, Crap, it's not offensive. It's not. It is what it is.
Some people take it that way. You know what I mean? And it's like, they really shouldn't, because it's not anything negative, in my opinion. It's realistically just how a lot of those games are. Like, I like some of those games, especially if you get a lot of games. Like, there's so many games coming out right now.
Right.
Are you going to go back and play the same game 10 times, or are you going to go on to the new thing? It's like always the new thing for me. And that's, I think, what's really exciting. Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you guys for joining us. Hit the like button if you wouldn't mind. Share it out, all that kind of stuff. We really do appreciate it. It does absolutely mean a lot. So Mooch, we know that the Telltale games closed down, right?
Right.
And they closed down right in the middle of the final season of The Walking Dead.
Right.
And now Skybound Games announced during Comic-Con that they have acquired ownership of The Walking Dead with the intent to complete the game's fourth and final season.
Nice.
So obviously Skybound Games began publishing games like The Long Dark and Slime Ranchers.
Right.
In order to compete with complete Telltale's Walking Dead, the final season, the company will work with members of the original team to finish the story in the way that fans deserve. So at least that kind of gets a decent ending. You know what I mean? I think that's pretty cool. They don't leave people hanging or whatever.
I think that is great for you guys, the consumers. You know what I mean? All of us, the consumers, not just you guys. But I just haven't been playing any of those. So I know you have been, and I think that now here's my question, Crap. This other company picking it up and finishing it. How does that work for the people that already paid for this? Are they just going to get it?
You would just get it. Some people I know got refunds, right? Because because normally how they work is this: they would come out with a 4 or 5 episode thing, and you could either pay for the season pass for all the episodes, or you could buy them for $5 a piece as they came out. I'm always the $5 a piece guy. Right.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Especially now.
Exactly. But this last one, they didn't let you do the $5 a piece thing.
Oh.
Yeah, you had to pay for the whole thing up front. I think it was like $20 or $25 or whatever.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Draw that option.
Yeah. So I personally didn't get this last season yet. I was gonna wait till it's completely done and then get it. And now, with what happened, it's kind of a little bit of a sad situation. But if they do finish it, it looks like they will, then I will definitely pick it up. It was supposed to be a 4-part series.
I like how you gave the credentials of the team that picked it up. You're like, the award-winning Slime Rancher folks.
Yeah,
it's like, okay, looks like that's the pedigree you need to finish one of these walking simulators. Go ahead, Crap. Sorry.
Yeah, well, Skybound Games. I mean, they do. Let's see what they do. They do a lot of stuff, man. The stuff they do.
Mrs. Pac-Man. No. Maybe right.
Okay, so Robert Kirkman. That's Skybound Entertainment is the company behind The Walking Dead, created by Robert Kirkman. So yeah, that's his thing or whatever. Yes. So yes, they've done stuff like Thief of Thieves, Witch Doctor. I don't even know what the hell these like.
Nobody does.
Yeah, I'm reading these and I'm like, I don't know any of these. But hey, they do games in that vein, I guess. So they're gonna go back and use some of those original people. So hey, that's pretty cool to me. I don't mind that at all. I think that's cool. It'll get, for people that actually
listen, jokes aside, Crap, this is great for the consumer. You guys paid for it, whoever you all you guys out there put your $20 down, and you deserve your product.
100%, yes.
So good on them for doing that. But realistically, I think once they're done with that one that they owe you or the two that they owe you, Crap, I think they're going to be signing off from that, and that'll be the end of that.
Now, it's funny because I think on Crossfire and maybe on also on Xbox Nation, we were talking a little bit about how these games all rush to release at the same time every single year.
Yep.
And it is a little bit overwhelming, right? So basically I went from Spider-Man to Tomb Raider to Forza Horizon
to
Odyssey, which will roll into Red Dead 2, possibly Blackout.
And Red Dead 2. I mean, Crap, let me tell you something. I mean, listen to what you just said. Yep. That's just, here's the thing. Here's why when people are like, no, Mooch, no, you don't get it. They need to release them around the holiday because of sales. Here's my counter to that. You're telling me that Spider-Man is breaking records, Crap, and God of War still holds the record as far as I know. I haven't seen Sony launch any kind of new numbers out recently. But still, I believe God of War still has the sales record for 2018 currently. My point being is that it doesn't matter when you release them. Yeah. Gamers are buying these games. And then you can, if you have a game that's really hot in May, come out and sell like crazy and break records, guess what? Guess what else is going to do really well this fall? God of War.
Yeah.
It's still going to sell like crazy in the holiday.
Yeah, they're going to, obviously, people that are just getting a new PS4 or whatever, it's going to be cheaper. You maybe, it's bundled with it or whatever. So, yeah, I think it's still going to do incredibly well. And I think that's very smart. Now, Sony, I'll give them credit where credit's due, maybe not where it's not due, which is the fact that they've had a lot of success putting these games out during a time when normal people wouldn't, you know what I mean? Like they put their games out, February, March, April, May.
Yes.
Big titles too, even like their Uncharted's and Horizon Zero Dawns and God of Wars. And you know why that's been smart? Because they're not really competing with anything else.
Again, give credit where it's due. And I want to you got to give credit to Sony there because I think it opened the industry's eyes, Crap, to say that we don't have to shovel 15 games into 6 weeks. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's just, first of all, man, I'll be honest with you. We hang out and know, even the guys that are on YouTube that have huge channels, like unless that's your dedicated 40 to 60 hour a week job, like you're a hardcore gamer that works another job. Like it's really, really hard to say, I'm going to be able to stop work, stop doing this, stop doing everything to play these 200 plus hour games. I mean, I don't see it. So what sucks is you end up having to pick your poison now, and then you put everything into your backlog, right? Yeah. And then next summer, somebody's like, hey, what are you playing? And somebody's going to be like, I'm playing Odyssey. I never got to it last year. And it's like, I mean, don't get me wrong. It's nice to be able to, but wouldn't it be great if they spaced them out? You'd get everybody's money, and for them, right? That's pro for the companies, and it's pro for the gamer because we also get something called time.
It is. It's 100% true. Gadang775 says Odyssey is totally worth 60. Get it and hit that like button. I couldn't agree more. That is a fantastic assessment. And not only that, for some reason, I just accidentally put you in timeout, I think. But yeah, My bad if that actually happened, because I was trying to like click on his little dealy there. But yeah, anyway, if it is, he'll only be there for 300 seconds.
I think you can actually take him out of it too, Crap. Oh no, you can't. Never mind.
I can't.
Sorry, good thing.
Sorry about that. 300 seconds, bro, and you'll be back, man. That was my bad. I didn't mean to do that. I was just trying to click on his name, man. My bad. Yeah. So anyway, the game looks incredible, and it really, you know what? Like, I am very thankful for the Xbox One X. Right.
Yeah.
That thing, just to me, has been a godsend. It has reinvigorated my love of gaming, as just kind of a pastime to sit. Just like, I've always been a graphics person, and that just pushes things to beyond what I ever thought possible when I was a kid or whatever. You know what I mean? Just playing on your big screen with your HDR and your 4K, like that to me is just bliss. You know, you look forward to that all day. You come, you know, you play it, you got your surround sound or whatever, and man, there's just nothing like it. And Assassin's Creed Odyssey might be the best looking game of this generation. And it's absolutely incredible. Manny Tattoo says, "What's up, people? Don't put me on timeout, crap, please."
That's so great.
That's my bad, man. That's really my bad. And you know, that's what it's all about, man. The gaming and stuff like that. Very cool. Hey, I hear you've got a line on getting Blackout for free. Are you gonna mooch that?
You know, believe it or not. So yeah. So on Crossfire, Alex got a hold of me, and Alex like, I'm gonna hook you up. So I'm like, well, that's great. But I'm thinking to myself, how the heck's Alex gonna like hook me up with that and this, that? So literally, crap, no lie. Yesterday afternoon, I get a message on Xbox Live. Hey, this is Alex from the show. Just want to make sure this is mooch. I go, yeah. He goes, okay, great. Just wanted to know for the game. So apparently he's sending the game, which is great. I want to say thanks to Alex. I haven't received it yet. Of course, I've been asking Xbox for this on every show I possibly can, crap, that we should be able to pre-gift. Okay, you should be able to pre-gift a game.
It is a bit of a problem. And I wish that you could do that. That way you could preload it or whatever, right? So
yes,
I'm going to throw it out there. If anybody wants to hook up me with Blackout,
throw that out there. It looks like we're on a fishing boat and you got your lure in hand.
I'll mooch it. Hey, not only that, I think you pre-mooched Red Dead 2.
I did on the same show.
Yeah, like,
yeah.
Hey, I'm throwing it out there too, man. I want to mooch that. Come on.
Yeah, that's great. Well, listen, you know what I want to do? Well, here's the thing. There is, right, crap? There's so many games. Like, here's the other thing I want to talk about is whether or not we are able to actually, I think a lot of people, what they would like, especially if we're able to mooch the games, is I like to give back to the audience. So a lot of times when it's a multiplayer game, if somebody mooches a game for me, I end up playing that game in its entirety or as much as I play of it. Just a quick example, shout out to Biggie 2316. Biggie gifted me way back in the day Monster Hunter World, and me and him at least 55 hours into that game.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that game is so massive, I didn't even put a dent with 50 something hours, but nonetheless enjoyed it thoroughly. I think that a lot of people wouldn't mind seeing us stream a little bit more, crap. So I really would like it once we get the show in a couple of weeks back on its feet and we're moving in the direction we want to move in, back to where we were. I wouldn't mind seeing if we could actually maybe take, like, well, example, if somebody does gift us both Blackout, to be able to put that on a stream and play it, I think people would enjoy to watch. I
think that would be great, actually. And I think that, you know, when we're sort of going to have to relaunch the show with all the new stuff and everything. And, and I think streaming is a good way to get people to enjoy it and see, you know, because we always crack back and forth and have a good time when we're streaming. And so I think that'd be a good way to get people, the word out there for people. To know that we're back and we're kind of, you know, we're just goofy and you know, things move on. Life goes on.
That's what I was going to say. These shows that we do here, crap, whether it be Xbox Nation, Crossfire, MNC Show, these shows here are also unscripted, but we do follow like a topic plan because we have to have, you know, you have to have some order in your process when you're having a 2-hour show, right? Especially MNC Show, when we have our skits back, we have everything timeline, and it's done like that so that we can actually present the show to the audience in a proper manner. But what's great about streaming games is it's kind of like that raw, uncut footage that you see in the Hollywood when they're like, oh, here's some of the bleeper reels. You know what I mean? So it's a chance for us. We sit back, we play the games that we love. You get to see Moochy Crap just kind of just shooting the breeze. You know, you have a couple choice adult beverages and shoot the breeze and discuss the game the same way that any of you guys would with friends on Xbox Live or PlayStation. So that's kind of the way that I think we should kind of get into the realm of things. And I think the audience would really dig that. And we can invite some audience members to join us too.
Yeah, I mean, I think that they would be extremely, I mean,
possibly
everybody always says that.
maybe even a couple of top tier Patreon members would be great to have them on and just to shoot the shit and play some games with them. They've been supporting us for so long, just to hear what they think, their input on the show, what the news of the week is, and what they think of the game we're playing.
Hey, I 100% agree with that. I think that would be a really cool thing. And people are always asking us to stream stuff anyway. So, I think that would go over really well. And I think that, you know what, like we used to have so much fun. Remember we used to stream even Sea of Thieves, and
Sea of Thieves was a lot of fun. And it's funny. I can't say that I'm an expert on anything that happens with Mixer or any of Twitch or any of this stuff. I don't watch it religiously the way that some folks do. But I'll tell you this much, Crap. When we were streaming Sea of Thieves, and I'm talking about not the first weekend, guys. I'm talking about even the update that came out months later. We held 75 to 90 viewers live watching us just goof around on Sea of Thieves. And that was unannounced. That was just, we're playing the game, So I think a lot of people really dig it. And it was hysterical, Crap. It really was hysterical.
Yeah, I think it, and we playing off of what the fans are doing too. I remember when we were streaming Friday the 13th. That everybody was having a really good time with that. I think since it's close to Halloween, we should probably bust that out at least once. We should
do that, Crap. But actually, you know what? We might as well go ahead and try it. We haven't streamed on PlayStation since the great Jaffe title.
Hey, RIP that game, because they're closing down the servers on that. So
yeah, that one's done. Jaffe's gone to some sort of talk show now. He's not doing, I don't believe he's doing anything in games. He's doing a talk show. But I'll tell you, we could do the PlayStation Plus this month is Friday the 13th.
Yeah, exactly.
So, wouldn't be bad to do a week of streaming on PlayStation. Then we can go back and do maybe some Forza races or Blackout on Xbox the following week.
Yeah, I'm perfectly fine with that. We could try that. Do we know anybody on PlayStation that could play with us?
I'm sure. I believe it or not. So since I've gone ahead and put myself out there for PlayStation fans, I've gotten quite a few folks that we do know. So there's a good number. I would say there's a very good number of folks that would join us on that stream.
Yeah, I mean, I'm willing to try it out. I'm sure it probably won't run as good as the Xbox One X version, but I think it would be a lot of fun to go and do that. So
agreed.
Pretty excited to kind of try that out. If anybody wants to try that out, let us know on Twitter or anything that you guys want to do. I think that a lot of people are kind of talking about Microsoft and what they're doing with these avatars, right? They're supposed to come out this month. Here we are already at the 7th, and you look around, no avatars anywhere. Right. Like, what do you think, man?
Crap. It's one of those things where, and I'm not even jabbing at it at all. I'm at the point right now where it's kind of like, who cares? Yeah. I mean, look, it's going to be one of those things that just kind of I file in letter like P for who gives a shit. I don't know. Like myself, I was so excited about it. I thought it was neat to be able to go from gamer pick to your avatar, then from your avatar to your gamer pick and switch things up. And I don't know if they've altered it again, Crap. I think they have tweaked it, but I don't know if it still looks very good. Like the few people that I knew that did do it, I think even Xbot was doing it for a while, and I think he reverted back to his gamer pick. It just I don't think it looked like we thought it was gonna. It looks great when you're in the animation in the creator studio, but the minute you actually put it into that small sphere that is your gamer pick space, it looks smushed, condensed, and not what we kind of wanted. So that with the huge delay it's taken this team so long to do this, and I don't get why. I'm sorry, I'm not buying it. It's a much clearer, cleaner image, unless they have like 2 people working on it. But when they did the video, they clearly have 4 to 8 people working on this thing, or maybe 100 people working on it. I don't know. This is something. What do you think, Crap? For me, it's become a never was, where I'll probably goof around with it, see if I can create something I like, but ultimately I'm going to stick with a gamer pick.
I'm just going to stick to the gamer pick, to be honest with you. I'm not a big fan of how the new avatars look. I like the reasoning behind the new avatars, 100%.
Yes.
I just don't think that's where I want to go with my particular avatar, to be honest.
Well, if they ever came out with a 1 versus 100 again, or they ever came out with Full House Poker, that was where your avatar. That's why I said I would still create one. It's worthy to go create one, because there's going to be some games that rip that and use that. Yeah. So in that event, Crap, it would be nice to have it. But other than that, I don't think we need it.
Yeah, I don't think so either. And to their credit, they've done a good job with sort of getting those out there for everybody. And I think that's cool because I think gaming is the ultimate medium for everybody. Everybody should be able to do that, you know, like no matter what, and then having an accurate representation. I think that's cool too. You know, I was actually a little bit disappointed with the Forza Horizon 4 avatars. You know, there's very little customization right there. I was kind of hoping that we get a little bit more than that. Like everybody, you basically just got like one or two people that you could choose from if you're a guy or girl, and you know, all the stuff that you win is makes you kind of look douchey.
Yeah, you said that on the show and you kind of nailed it. Crap, you look like a bit of a DB. I don't know, for some reason I just here's the thing. I think they're going to continue to add to it, so there's more probably coming down the pipe. But here's my thing. Yes, I realize after you win a race, your avatar's out there jumping around and
dancing,
looking at the big screen and dancing.
Like it's Fortnight or something.
Like Fortnite. But the thing about it is that realistically, Crap, the game, your dude or dudette is in a car and you're going 157 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Like, I have no idea if you're wearing a trucker's hat or a bandana or a pair of glasses or you have a nose ring. Who the hell knows what your avatar is wearing at 195 miles an hour as you blow by your drive-avatar. Yeah. So my point is, I don't care. That's not really an important part. But you're right. If they're going to put the customizations in there, you thought they would have maybe put a couple extra, like a little more effort into it. But whatever. Maybe they ran out of town somewhere, and that's where they ran out of time.
Yep. You know, and I think that you know, they've done an incredible job with that. You know, I got to say it's the most polished one that I've ever played.
Absolutely.
And you know, and I like what they've done with being able to get the you can buy the houses and stuff like that, and apparently like the co-op stuff. I got people hitting me up to do co-op racing. I never thought that'd be a thing, and here it is. You know, we're able to do some like co-op racing and stuff like that. Like who would have thought of that in a game? Like racing is usually if you ain't first, you're last. You know,
yeah,
exactly. So basically, what we see is that they've actually been able to institute this fun way of doing, you know, co-op racing, and I think it works extremely well, and I love it. I think it's cool. One thing I will say is I don't know how many of the events you've done, but some of those events you just can't win, or if you can, you must be better at that game than me, right? So you know the one where you're racing with the dirt bikes, right?
Yes.
I have done that one 20 times, and I can't beat it. I've tied the guy. We've had the same exact time, and I still lose. Also, the train, I cannot beat that train, no matter what time I do it. You know, no matter what season I try, and no matter how flawless I run that race, I cannot beat the train. It is just impossible. I did absolutely 100% love that Master Chief thing, though. That was an amazing.
I haven't gotten that far, Crap, as you would assume. I'm just, you know, like I said, for me, I don't think that ever do I feel like Forza Horizon games are games that I have to like really get into and defeat.
You don't have
you know
to.
I mean?
Yeah, you don't have to right away. You know, you can. That's what's great about those games, because look, I was thinking the same thing. I wanted to play Forza, but then I wanted to play Odyssey as well. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to play Odyssey because I can always go back to Forza whenever, and I don't need to be caught up on the story, like the story or anything like that. You know, so
right?
I think that's the main difference there. And,
well, do you Crap, and you guys in the audience, do you guys play? I said this on Crossfire. I'll say it again. I play Forza the same way I play Trials Fusion. Like I just go on, I do the next race. I keep playing it until I come in first. If it's really, really some kind of a hard, ridiculous race, I guess I'll deal with second. But I try to always conquer it and get in first place. And then if I have time, I'll do that again for one more race, or I'll call it a day, go to another game, and I come back to it later. That's how I play it. I don't really play it like in succession for like 8-hour clips.
Yeah.
Are you an 8-hour clip guy with that, or
no? I used to be, not anymore. You know what I mean? I can remember. Yeah, I remember back on like the original Dragon Age and Mass Effect games. Mm-hmm. I was like that. That was me. But now, just no. Like, you know, I could game for a few hours, but never like back to back or 6-hour day. I can't do that anymore, man. I just can't do it.
You know, it was funny. We had and I'm gonna go ahead and just piggyback off that Crap. Back about 2 or 3 weeks ago, Rand was on Crossfire, and he goes, well, no, it was longer than that. It was a month before, because Spider-Man hadn't come out yet, and he made a comment that He was going to run through Spider-Man in, 2, 3, 4 days, really put a lot of time into it, maybe 10 hours a day, and get as many of the trophies as possible and enjoy the game. That being said, remember I said, I'm going to try doing the same thing. So one day when I had a few hours set aside, I'm like, you know what I'll do? I'll go ahead and do it like Rand's thought. So I went and started doing that, and I got about 3.5 hours in one day, and I was kind of like, okay, I need a break here. Like I don't think any game, not Spider-Man, any game, I don't care what it is, I can't really play a game for like 4 or 5 hours straight. Like at this point, maybe back in the day I could. Multiplayer, yes. I can go an easy 4 hours on multiplayer without blinking an eye, but that's because I'm talking to a million people.
Yeah, exactly. Right? It's a little bit different. I get bored. Like that was my problem with The Witcher 3. Great game, but you get bored. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And the same thing with other games like that. Like for me, I remember Halo Reach came out, and me and my brother Hellhammer and 2 other friends played through that the night it came out, stayed up all night and beat it. Wow. Right. I mean, because you can, because you're on the mics with each other and you're talking, and we beat it on the hardest level. That's what we started on. It was just like, I remember just being in awe of that game because there were levels the first time, I think, where you actually get to fly. You did like that space mission or whatever. And then that ending, I was the last one left after like everybody else had been killed, and you basically just survive until you die and your mask is cracking and stuff like that. And I wasn't real familiar with like a lot of the lore about Reach and stuff like that, right? Yeah. So it was just like a fantastic story. Like those games, like I put in so much time in those games. But nowadays it's not so much. It's very difficult to kind of go in there and do that. You know what I mean? I do. Let me say this much. I guess today is Canadian Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to the Canadians out there. It's Happy Thanksgiving Day. Happy Thanksgiving. Hey, have some beer on us. Have some beer. Hey, that's great. There's Boogeyman. That's who we played No Man's Sky with. Crap. Oh, is it? Yes, sir. Nice. Hey, what's up, man? How you doing, bro? How's things going? Appreciate that. That's awesome that you put a little a super chat in there. Love the show, guys. What do you say? I keep it up. Sorry, can't help more. Crap, open your DMs. Mooch has my name. There you go. That's great. I'll send it over to you. No, Boogie's great dude. He's really it's so much fun to hang out with the audience. What do you eat, man? I am having a little breakfast. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't eat this morning. I'm running like crazy. Usually I'm burping up something. I'm like, all right, now I'm eating. My apologies. I'm going to try to stop. Very unprofessional. I apologize. I'm starving. No, it's all good. Boogie was great, Crap. Boogie is so into No Man's Sky, and he knows the ins and outs of the game. I truly got to say, and I made this, I kind of want to go on a rant here, Crap. I said this to you early in the summer, and I'm doing it. Even though it's not by popular demand, I'm doing it. Yeah. I'm going through, and I'm enjoying, I'm beating Spider-Man to the length that I can. Like I said, it'll probably be 99%, and I'll have one trophy until I got to obtain to get the platinum. But nonetheless, then I want to play Odyssey next. I really do. Blackout to me is a multiplayer game, Crap. So that'll be just kind of in between, if you will, along with Forza for me, just like trials, beating times, etc. But I want to enjoy these games, and Boogie's a good example of somebody that says, you know what, I work a lot, I've got a family, I've got things going on, I truly enjoy this game. And I'm going to dive into it, and I'm going to exploit and have as much fun as I can with this particular game and enjoy the $60 I spent on it. And I think everybody should take a note of this, especially a lot of the people that even dabble. I don't care if you're a big YouTuber or a small YouTuber. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. There seems to be a pressure sometimes to feel like I got to get a review out, or I've got to get my thoughts out, or I've got to do this, or I've got to do that. And realistically, I feel like a lot of us are kind of missing out on some great games because we're speed. It's like speed reading a book, Crap. Okay. And I'm not saying that you couldn't take a test and maybe get a 75% on a speed read of a book, or the Cliff's Notes. But nonetheless, what I'm saying to you is there's a lot of great gamers that I've gotten the chance. Good dang. Shout out to Good dang, who accidentally got timed out by Crap earlier, which is hysterical, I might add. I was trying to click on his thing. And I know. I'm a big fan of Good dang. Good dang's got 395 hours and growing into State of Decay 2. Wow.
Yeah, so he's just dived in head first. Crap, he's enjoying it, and good for him. You know, he bought the damn thing. Let him enjoy it. So you know, I want to say that to you guys. Don't feel like you got to keep on to the next one and on to the next one. You know, it's like stop, smell the roses, enjoy a game you're playing. I'm trying to do that, and I'm getting a little bit of crap for it because you know I should probably right now have 10 hours into Odyssey at least, and I probably should have what do you call it? Shadow of the Tomb Raider completed, but I don't. But here's the thing, realistically, crap, is that we've got from Battlefield 5 being the last major title, I think this year. Correct me if I'm wrong, but AAA is sometime middle November.
Well, yeah, there's Darksiders 3.
Well, that's in December or ended even later into November.
I think it might be December. I'm not 100%
well, that's fine.
sure.
I mean, I don't think Darksiders 3 is hitting a ton of people's gotta play this year. But nonetheless, that's fine. I would count that if you want to.
I think I mooched that game too already. Because
you hypothetically mooched it.
Yes, I hypothetically mooched it. Yeah.
Right now, well, a couple of our moochings right now have an asterisk next to it. Crap. The update to follow.
Yes.
But I do think that realistically, I can go back after. I'm going to play Red Dead Redemption 2 the day it comes out. No matter what I'm playing, everything else will get paused. I will go to that. I'm going to play that for a solid 4 weeks. Does that mean I'm going to have it beat? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
But after 4 weeks, when we're at the November 26th timeframe going into December, that's when I would probably like to start Shadow and probably finish Odyssey. You know, so I've got those 2 months before you get into January, which has the Resident Evil remake, etc. Then you go into February, which is I've never said this in my years. February is stacked with games, right? But it is.
It is, yeah.
So I mean, I would just say that, crap. And you know, some of those words I just said are wise words for the crap gamer, because crap sometimes I think that you do so much work for the channel that you sometimes have to. You'll say to me, Mooch, you know, I went back and I finished this game, or I went back and dug deep into this other game, and I'm really enjoying it. And I you know, because I think Odyssey for you, crap, even though you're going to go through it at your own pace, I still think Odyssey for you could be a 40-hour game.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
at your pace.
Yeah, I get those too. Like that happened with Mafia 3 and Watch Dogs 2. I really just ended up enjoying those games immensely. And so I actually ended up putting like 30, 40 hours into them, you know, and I'm fine with that because it didn't really feel like like some games feel like they're dragging on, you know, and it didn't really feel like that. Hey, just want to shout out everybody in the chat and everybody. Thank you guys for coming out and watching. It's kind of impromptu. We didn't really advertise it much, but
almost 400 people. Crap, that's amazing.
Yeah, it is. And hit that like button, share it out. We're almost at 200 likes. Mooch, what do you think about this? Okay, so Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming to Xbox One, but Square Enix just announced Kingdom Hearts: The Story So Far, which is like all the Kingdom Hearts games so far, exclusive to PS4. Like, to me, that's counterproductive, right?
Yeah.
Because Xbox fans deserve to know what's going on. Kingdom Hearts, like Square has said, we'd love to put these on Xbox. And Phil has said, we'd love to get them on Xbox. And so far, they keep just releasing the old games on PlayStation 4 as exclusives. I don't understand it. No. Like both parties want it on Xbox. Yeah. So what's the deal? Like, well, and then what's going to happen is this, right? Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to come out. Who's going to be able to jump in and know what the hell's going on in part 3? Right? Like it's going to, so
that would be me. I don't know. I never played the first ones at all.
Neither have I.
For me, it's a never was. I have no interest in playing that game or owning it. The third one, the second one, or the first one. I don't, that's just, it's not my bag, baby. It's not. It's just not. I'm not interested in that, that world. That's not a slight. If anybody likes it or looking forward to it, I say, you know, Godspeed and enjoy that. But I want to get back to your point. Your point was, why are they exclusive to PlayStation? That doesn't hold water with me when you're trying to promote your newest title on the other system. Why wouldn't you want that audience to catch up?
Exactly.
And that's going to be the question of the ages, crap. I don't know if it's just some kind of deep-seated like deal that Sony's had with these people for years. And Sony was kind of like, okay, all right. I see that you're going and doing a deal with Xbox, even though we've been doing business all these years. But I want you to keep the prior games exclusive to our console. And maybe that's where, you know, the publisher had to bend backwards and say, okay. You know, I mean, look, it's definitely something in contracts. It was something that happened at a business table. And I think they're obligated to Sony to a certain extent. If there's a time frame on that, I don't know. Myself personally, maybe can you help me and some of the people in the audience? I'm sure there's some people that listen to Mooch and Crap that are unfamiliar with Kingdom Hearts' background. Crap, can you fill people in on what the game is if you do know? I don't mean to put you on the spot. I don't know. I know it's an RPG with Goofy.
I've never played them, so I don't really know. I know that it has to do with like you go to the different lands and stuff like that.
Okay.
But other than that, I'm not 100% sure. So it's a little bit weird for me because I'm very interested in it. Right. But at the same time, I have no idea about the story, and I've heard the story is convoluted as hell. So I'm not even sure, you know what I mean? Like you would think it'd be like Mooch. We're going into business for ourselves and we're trying to sell something to some people, and we start them like we're movie makers and we're like, hey, come watch our movies. Have you ever watched our movies? No. Well, here, start you off on movie 3. You know, it doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't hold water. No.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. And so I think that's basically what Xbox fans are feeling right now. And that's a little bit disappointing. I would like to play them. Like, yeah, I could get them on PlayStation and play. I don't want to play them on PlayStation. If I'm going to play Part 3 on Xbox,
you want the achievements to all come through on your system of choice. And
exactly. And I'm not the only one, man. I'm sure that there's lots of other people just like that as well. So, and it's unfortunate. Like, there's been rumors of this going to Xbox. People are saying, hey, it's going to come to Xbox. They've said they want it on Xbox. Phil has said he wants it on Xbox. So I don't understand what the holdup is or what the deal is.
Two funny things in the chat. Sleepy Goblin 2D says, hey, Mooch, actually a goofy RPG pretty well describes it. And shout out to Salty. Salty says, just check it out on YouTube, Let's Play or whatever. Catch up on it that way and then play 3 if you really want to. Which, to be honest with you, Salt, I think that's probably the most realistic if somebody only has an Xbox at this point. Yeah, they'd catch up on a YouTube series and then they would just pick up the third one if they felt.
And also though, it kind of begs the question, like, do you support that? Like, hey, let's buy the third, even though they keep saying, hey, we're not going to give you guys any of the other ones, So yeah. I hope that we do. But again, I think that game, the third one's coming out in January. So it's like they're running out of time. I don't see, so they had time. Okay. So you guys know, I think they had the first 2 or something like that were remastered and put on PS4 at the beginning of this year. Now they've remastered all these other ones and put them on PS4 again. Right. So in that whole time, they couldn't have remastered at least the first 2 on Xbox. You know what I mean?
No, they could have.
To answer your question in the chat, I do have a PS4. I just don't want to play them on PS4. If I'm going to play the third one on Xbox,
right?
Why would I play this one on PS4? It doesn't make any sense. Like that's just my personal thing. I would much rather just be able to kind of play them on my preferred platform, and that should be allowed. That should be 100% be allowed.
I totally agree.
Like, how do they? And here's the thing. So people are gonna be afraid to jump in on the third game because they have no idea what's going on.
Right.
The game's probably gonna sell piss poor, and then we won't get another one on there, right? And then people are gonna go, Xbox guys don't support this stuff, right?
Right.
Well, of course we're not gonna support it. How the hell are we gonna be able to support?
Right. You've given us a half-assed backlog to catch up on. So
exactly.
It's
I played through them because I've heard that really good things.
I'll be honest with you. At this point, I don't have any interest in it, but I would say that, if someone's like, Mooch, you look at just put your shields down and go for it. Try it out. All right. Yeah. Listen, it's not something that's completely foreign to, if it's a good RPG game, which I'm completely saying that the game's probably going to be top quality. They put a decade of work into it. So it's definitely going to be top quality. But at the same time, like you said, why would somebody on the Xbox brand want to jump in on the third story without knowing what the hell's going on? It makes perfect sense. So somebody in the chat was also asking, Crap, they want us to talk about Red Dead Redemption.
Yes, Red Dead. We were going to get into that because that was the second part of the title, which was, so Sony, and I wanted to talk about this for a longer time on Crossfire. I just snuck it in at the end.
You did, and I'm glad you did.
Yeah. Sony's timed exclusive content turned out to be a horse, a gun, and a outfit.
Yeah.
For 30 days. I can tell you what. How about you keep that shit forever, and I'll just play in 4K HDR on my Xbox One X.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Because I would much rather play at a higher graphical fidelity with better graphics and better resolution and HDR on my Xbox than play with you know, have a certain outfit or whatever. I literally couldn't care less about that stuff.
Yeah.
That stuff is the least important DLC I've ever seen in my life.
It looks
right?
to me, Crap, and it sounds to me like the exclusive DLC content, except for Destiny, has gone by the way of the dodo bird. And I'll tell you what I mean.
I love it.
I know, and even the Black Ops 4,
yeah,
that's only 7 days now.
A week. Yes,
yeah, that's nothing.
That's nothing.
So
because
you don't
it's an
slighted.
online. Here's the thing. That's an online only game now, right? Like, so realistically, if you're Activision, can you really afford to not drop updates until a month later?
Right.
Like, that's going to ruin your game. You know, like eventually
really
you got to be smart about it, you know, and for me, you know, waiting a month for that online, especially for that content, right? Because they got to do like certain kind of content now. That's almost a game as a service, right? You got to keep those updates coming in, though, especially in the blackout mode. Can you imagine if they're like, yeah, well, we were going to update it this month, but we can't. We're going to update it on PS4 first, and you got to wait another month. Like that's not going to fly. That's not really going to fly. I like the fact that these things are going happening less and less, you know, yep. And man, I can't believe if you're a Sony fan, it's like Sony probably paid $50 million for this, right? I mean, you also get marketed. You also get marketed or whatever with your brand or
which
whatever.
Is something.
Yeah, that's something.
Definitely.
But at the end of the day, I think it's also a little bit misleading that they're like, we've got this exclusive content, and you see some of those boxes at GameStop, they say exclusively on PS4.
Yes.
Right. And so, like, maybe
very deceiving.
Yeah, you know, but they could have spent that money on something else.
I agree, but
get a racing game that's exclusive.
You know, you take things like Destiny, then you take Spider-Man, then you take and some of these are first party, some of these are third party. Then you take God of War. Now you take Red Dead Redemption. Then you had last year you had Star Wars Battlefront. Crap, these are major names. These are household names at this point. Okay, people are buying like birthday plates and word of the day toilet paper with these brands. Okay, yeah. People know this stuff in their home, gamers and non-gamers alike. So Sony is playing the mind share game, and they're winning. They're winning. And I'll say this much. Yes, the horse and the hat and the scarf and the John Marston socks you get for an extra 30 days that the Xbox guys don't get, that all is irrelevant. You're 100% right. Is that worth the $50 million? No. But the branding and the exclusive, they can put the word exclusively on, and then you have to read the fine print with a monocle afterwards. Okay? Yeah. So my point being is that most people that are the casual market are walking by and being like, whoa, look at that. Yeah. Man, that PS4 had Star Wars and Spider-Man and God of War and Destiny. I play that all the time, and it's got this now exclusive. What the hell's Xbox doing? Nobody's walking in to see if there's a green box that has Red Dead Redemption 2 in it. It's because it's all in the windows with PlayStation. They're doing the mind share. And listen, they haven't been doing it for 1 year. They've been doing it for a generation. Yeah. They've been doing it since 2012, 2013. And, I hate to say crap, but people are walking into the stores with $400 in their hand, and they're picking the blue box, not because of resolution, but because of mind share and marketing dividends. And realistically, that's one thing that Microsoft still hasn't gotten on the horse with that. They still have. Well,
they do have more marketing deals
yes,
now than what they've had, right? So thankfully, that they're working out. I mean, look at it. Fallout 76, that's marketed with Xbox. Battlefield 5 is marketed with Xbox. Madden was marketed with Xbox. I'm trying to think of some other ones. Tomb Raider marketed with Xbox. I'm not sure which.
But those are not word of the day toilet paper type of video games. Crap. That's my problem.
Yeah, they do need to go back out there and kind of work on getting a Call of Duty-ish type of game, right? Because
I would have done. It's old now. This is old news now. Crap. But you take a game like Fortnite, and I would have made like the way that Sony did it but I would have went like to the nth degree. Like buy this console, make a deal with Fortnite so that Fortnite's got the marketing deal with you, and then crazy skins and what are they called there? The things you float down on. Make those things that are like, make like 100 of them that are exclusive to Xbox. That costs Microsoft pennies. They're making these things anyways. The gliders and the outfits. They're making them by the millions right now. Have Microsoft design a bunch of them so you run around looking like Marcus Phoenix. and the Gears logo and Halo and the Halo sword and this and that. Have that kind of stuff in there exclusive. And people are like, I got to get Fortnite on Xbox. That shit's crazy.
Well, they do. Oh, look, it's Yobi. What's up, bro? He says I'm at work. Sorry, I can't be here the whole stream, but showing my support as always. Hey, man, we appreciate it, dude. We
gave Yobi, in case you didn't catch it or you catch it later, we gave you a huge shout out in the beginning of the show.
Yeah, we did. And Assassin's Creed Odyssey is amazing, man. It's absolutely incredible. Also, I started, he hooked me up with Mega Man.
Me too.
Well,
yes, he did.
Which I started, and it's not bad. It's actually
great. Actually,
yeah, I'm gonna have to get more into it. Like
in
I
the
said,
world of nostalgia.
I've got so many damn games to play, and then I always get dragged away to play more multiplayer games, you know. So yeah, it's it's a little bit daunting, man. Sometimes you get too many games or whatever. So I always laugh when people go, Xbox has no games, and then I'm like, man, I'm pushing 700 games now in my box.
Yeah, you're not playing your controller staring at a blank wall. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, exactly, right? There's always tons of stuff to play.
There's so much going on.
It is. There's stuff every single day, and more stuff coming out, man. Call of Duty, Red Dead 2.
They better fix. I will say this much. I'm very much looking. You guys know this. I've said it in the early part of the show. I'm really looking forward to Blackout crap because it's. I've taken enough of a hiatus, okay, from both Fortnite and PUBG that I've really got that battle royale itch I got to scratch, and I did it on purpose so that this would happen, and I wouldn't be like completely battle royale out right now. So, but they got to fix the performance issue they were having with the Xbox. They've got to fix that. That's not acceptable. I'm sorry. There's no way Treyarch, Activision, that kind of money, that kind of talent. I just can't wrap my head around that. That's something that's got to be fixed, patched, whatever they got to do. You make sure that Xbox game is playing at its best resolution and absolutely at its best frame rate. That should be a lock 60 without a question.
Absolutely. I 100% agree with you right there.
I mean, come on, crap. You know, like this is here's the thing. You even said it yourself because you were a little upset about the campaign being out of this one. It's like a reskin for majority of it, not Blackout, but for the multiplayer and this and that of actually Black Ops 3.
Hey, Primitive Meat says he's looking forward to Just Cause out this year. I forgot that even comes out this year.
You forgot it because it's a dumpster fire.
I know.
Hopefully they fix it, Primitive. I hope they do. But realistically, Just Cause 3 was an absolute dumpster fire of a game. It was a mess.
It never ran well at all. It was.
This was supposed to be bigger and better, crap. How can this one run any better? Hey, I got an idea. We've got a machine that's about to fall apart. You know what? Throw more shit at it. I don't think it's going to work out. I just don't see it happening. I don't know.
Well, like I like the premise of those games, right?
Yeah, me too.
But the actual games themselves, leave a little something to be desired there, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Just like they're cool. Again, I think just like too much going on, that open world stuff, and I do think that people like those games, but I haven't really met anybody that loves those games. You know,
right?
It's always like,
I want to get into it.
They're okay, but yeah,
it's kind of like Far Cry had a baby with like maybe Assassin's Creed. I don't know.
I get a lot of crap because I'm not a big Far Cry fan, right?
And that's man, I got to tell you. So Far Cry 3 was absolutely one of my favorite games of last generation.
I played that one the longest, right? I really got into that one, but then there was like some stealth stuff that you had to do, and I was like, I kept failing it, and I might
go back and try Far Cry 4. I think you can get that for like 3 soda bottle caps right now. I'm gonna go. I might try that one out with what dull time do we ever have in the next 12 months? But because Far Cry 5 I liked, but it's just so massive. Again, it goes back to what we were talking about on Crossfire. I know you guys want to get every single penny out of the $60 games we buy, and I'm not trying to talk devs into making a short game.
Far Cry 5, to be sure, looked amazing on the X. Like that one, when I saw that, I was like, holy crap. Yeah, but then it was like a pick your own adventure thing. Oh, you can go to this side and do this, or go to this side and do that.
I like structure, guys. Maybe I'm old school. I like structure in a game. It's why I like games like God of War. I like games like Uncharted. I like games like Tomb Raider, where even though Tomb Raider says, "Hey, we're an open world game," there's still a straight line you can follow.
That's like a faux open world game.
Right.
Like, like God of War, that wasn't an open world game either.
No, there's a straight line to follow.
Yeah, and that's what I kind of like that. You know what I mean?
I do too.
Hey, I get it. Like a lot of people, I remember people going last gen. I was real heavy on like the forums and stuff like that, and it wasn't as bad. Like, I mean, there was a lot of like back and forth between people, but everybody was always like, "Oh man, Alan Wake," which was one of my favorite games. They're like, "That really needed to be open world," and I remember saying, "No, it really doesn't." Like, I like it how it is. You know, it's very much where you can just kind of, it was sort of semi-open. But not everything needs to be open world because not everything works that way.
Yeah, right? And it's like, you know, the open world, so you said with Far Cry 5 and the pick your own adventure thing, it was like, all right, so you had the people in that cult organization, whatever, you had the sister, the brother, the this, that. And it's like, well, when they launched you into the world, I wanted them to say, go attack this base first, these guys, then let it open up a little. And they're like, no, you go wherever you want. So whenever I was talking to anybody who was playing the game crap, some of them were like, I'm fighting the brother up in this area. And some people were like, I'm fighting the sister over in this area. Or I'm fighting the other brother down here. And I'm like, I couldn't get like my feet planted in the game. I'm like, I kind of felt like I had to go everywhere. And if you're driving around, which is a lot of fun to do in Far Cry 5, sometimes you went through the border and all of a sudden I was fighting and doing a base. And it wasn't where I thought I was capitalizing on the other, that one boss. I was actually in the other area fighting someone else. And I'm like, oh, that sucks. I spent an hour fighting these guys, which is good. It's all progression.
Yeah.
But I thought I was doing the other one. I just crossed over the whatever, the borderline or whatever into the other. And it was like that went towards that fight. And I was like, And like I say, some of these games are so broad. Sometimes I wonder, shout out to DJ saying, he goes, that's a you problem, Mooch. It probably is, DJ.
It's always a you problem, though.
It is a you problem, right? It's a me problem. Hey, it is what it is. But I think a lot of people wouldn't mind if Mooch was able to talk to some of these developers and set them straight. I don't know.
I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. You know, I think that I'm kind of looking forward to you know, some of the games are coming, but I'm not a Far Cry guy like that. Mm-hmm. I keep trying. It's like I do Far Cry like what Hellhammer does with Fallout games. Like the commercials always look great, right? Mm-hmm. And you're like, wow, it looks amazing, and you get it, and you just like it's that same type of thing, and you don't really like it. I tried to get into Fallout as well. Like I remember people saying Fallout 3 is amazing, and I bought it on 360 and I'm playing it. And I'm like, you're scrounging for a bullet and there's like 6 enemies and they all take like 10 shots each. Like
that was the beginning.
Yeah. Like that's not really my thing. You know what I mean? Like it's an interesting premise and I like that, but at the end of the day, it's not really, you know, it's not really my bag, you know. It's like I don't particularly like those type of games. So like I get that, and some people will just be like, oh well, that's a you problem as well. But you know, as far as I'm concerned, that's like you know, it's just a lot of people are like that as well. So for me personally, those games will never be my bag. You know, just not my bag, baby. Yes, not.
That's right.
What do you think about this rumored PSN username changes?
I think it's going to happen. Crap, I really do.
It has to, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's my point. It has to, right? This isn't one of those situations where you're like, well, Mooch, prove to me why you think. I don't have to prove anything. I just think I look at. You know what I would do to prove it to you? I'd hold up a calendar. I would just hold up a calendar.
Almost 2019, and you still can't do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, how can you go into the next generation? I'm surprised they haven't said something like this. Change your username. It's why would anybody want to do that? You know what I mean? Like honestly, honestly, it is so asinine to me that people defend not changing their names. I get it. Some people don't. I wouldn't change mine because I picked something that, you know, Crap Gamers. That's me. So you know, I'm happy with that. But at the same time, a lot of people pick stuff that is pop culture at the time, right?
Right,
and that stuff grows old. So McLovin, that's the one I use.
I love when you use that example. It's in my head forever. I almost want to change mine to McLovin now.
Yeah, you know why? You know why I picked that? Because that came out in 2007. That movie, and I remember playing Call of Duty heavily on both PS3 and Xbox. Yeah. And there was a ton of people that was McLovin 305 or McLovin 2014 or you know what I mean, McLovin 2012. You know, like everybody was freaking McLovin. Yeah. And so for me, nobody wants to be stuck as McLovin for over a decade. I'm sorry. You don't want to do it. You don't want to do it, you know? And so you should be able to change your name if you want to. Now, a lot of people are speculating that it would be free. I actually don't think that Sony's going to allow that for free. No. Maybe the first one.
Maybe your first.
I'll tell you why. because you don't want people to be trolls and assholes,
right?
And just go and change their name.
You do have to. And you know me, I'm a mooch. I would prefer it was always free, but realistically, you do have to put a cap on it for a cash value because, in all honesty, crap, like you said, the trolling would get out of hand. So I think the $10 or $15 is a deterrent to change. You know what I mean? To keep changing over and over again, that can get annoying. You do have some bills to pay though, crap.
I do. Boogie Man says
Boogie's making it rain.
He is, man. He's making it rain. I love it though. He says the console wars can be summed up like this. Do you want to talk to the guy in charge, PS4 market share, or the guy who knows what's going on, Xbox One X? Clearly not the same people.
Right.
100% accurate right there. You know what I mean? Like, Sony is the market leader, but they're very, very quiet. You know, they're quiet right now. They're as quiet as I've ever seen them. And obviously there's things churning. Microsoft is being quiet now. They're as quiet as I've seen this entire generation. Where was this type of quiet at the beginning of the generation when they were running their mouths nonstop and making things way worse?
Right.
You know, hey, we're almost at 400 people. Hit that like button, man. This is great.
We actually did cross over 400. We were at 403. I'll tell you right now that I am absolutely overwhelmed and can't say thank you enough. I think it's going to be a good time to let everybody know that you guys might have all tuned in for the second half of the show. We kind of talked about it in the first half. We do have a lot of wheels in motion. We have people making graphic work for us now, and we also have a couple more interviews with producers we're looking into, as well as the theme song is probably rounding the last turn before it's complete. So I just want to let everybody know that this isn't just we're working on it and nothing's happening. We all wheels are in motion, and the show should be back to what you guys have come to expect and deserve within a week or two. So thank you guys so much. Go ahead, Crap. Sorry.
Yeah. Also, it's kind of a little bit of a rebranding. It's going to be M&C Show.
Yes.
You know, that way, if we do it in the morning, sometimes it's fine. If we do it in the evening, because the new theme song will hopefully have something to do with M&C Show.
Right.
And we're also going to be doing like the new graphics, the new everything. So it's going to be almost like a totally new thing. We're still going to be doing the bits and the skits, and you know, we like Mooch said, we're doing like the interviews with the people that could possibly be the producer. It's a very exciting time to be doing it. A lot of this stuff is going on right now. Even while we do this, so stuff is moving and things are kind of progressing.
Shout out to Relic. Crap, he goes, the show must go on, and that is right, Relic. That's something me and Crap talked about years ago. Is, you know, there's things like holidays, birthdays, sometimes family events, but short of a major thing coming up, we believe the show must go on, which is why even while we work through our issues right now, trying to get things set up and find some personnel and get things back to what you guys are used to, we still firmly believe that whether it be Thursday night or Sunday morning, depending on the way schedules are going right now, we still want to give you guys an M&C show, which is important to us as well. It's
important. Yeah, it's very important to us because, you know, the show was built like we're both Howard Stern fans. I listened to Bubba and talk radio during the day when I work. And I love that idea where we could do goofy, fun little bits. And that's what kind of sets the show apart. And that's what we're going to get back to.
Well, you know, Crap, I want to bring something up. Shout out to Lethal Papa. He goes, Crap and Mooch, numbers don't lie. The show should go back to Sunday. You know, Lethal, I'll say this much, and Crap, I'm just throwing this out there. We haven't talked about it.
Yeah.
But since you've said we're going to, you know, the show is going to an M&C show, much like the Larry Sanders show. Very funny.
Yeah.
M&C show. I would have no objection to doing a plethora of Sundays over the course of the winter. I just, you know what it was Crap's schedule. Crap works on Sundays. And Crap, you've been vocal about this.
Actually, I got home like 10 minutes after 11 today. So, and then, you know, or whatever it was. And then I was like, okay, well, we're going to hurry up and get this thing started. I mean, I could probably get back into the groove of. Well,
I like what we're doing, Crap. I like that we would have, you know, I would say that if someone asked me when's M&C show on, it's Thursdays. Okay, it's Thursdays at 7 p.m. Eastern, right? That's our go-to time. But, you know, I'll be honest with you, Lethal. You're probably going to see more Sunday shows pop up here and there as well. So I don't think that Sundays are gone. The problem is for us to make Sunday the ultimate day, and that's when the show is and airs. With our schedules, it's become a bit cumbersome, and that takes away from you guys enjoying it. So I can tell you this much. So Crap, we've done 2 Sunday shows now in the past 5 weeks.
Yeah.
So my point being is Sundays are very much alive and kicking, and that's why we wanted to call it M&C Show, because it's going to vary between Thursday evenings and Sunday mornings, I think. Right, Crap?
Yeah, and I think that it just really kind of depends on what's going on.
Yes.
Obviously we get a little bit of a turnout. Plus, you know what, to be honest with you, sometimes it is a little bit rough to do Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
It is.
Which between Xbox Nation and Crossfire, yeah. So
we will be doing Sunday sprinkled in, and hence the change of the name. So Lethal, you'll definitely be getting your wish a good amount of the time. And I know a lot of people like Sunday. To be honest with you, me and you, Crap, we actually prefer the morning. Yeah, that was the whole idea, was the morning show.
Yeah, we were both like, oh man, I miss Sundays. I remember saying that after like
I do too.
Like the first Thursday we did, I was like, man, I'm tired and I miss doing Sunday mornings. You know what I mean? So I kind of like it. It was a little bit different, but we'll probably sprinkle some in there, and I think it'll be fine. You know, like and somebody asked, how about you guys do a XO thing, like cover that on your show? We probably will. Like we always said, we'll do
why not
events, E3s, PSX, right, Mooch? Oh wait, there is
wait, oops. Let me I had that written down too, Crap. I'll just pencil that out. I'll just scratch that out.
Yeah, well, I mean, we were gonna do one, and then Sony was like, hey, this ain't it, Chief.
You know what's funny? Shout out to D'Angelo Parkins. Another game looking forward to is the Division 2. I thought that I saw something quite interesting, Crap, when the Division 2 was being talked about on Twitter the other day by the developers. People that had played it said it was a much more crisper, maybe better looking version. Well, yeah, crisper and better looking weren't the two categories that needed fixing it. Right? I thought it looked fine.
Well, here's the problem that I have with the Division. And shout out Def Jam Bam, because I see him in there.
There's Def Jam Bam. We're really talking your language now, Bam.
Division 2. He's the birthday boy, too. He had a birthday last week.
Last Saturday.
He's playing greatness, though. Greatness. He's got that.
He got greatness for his birthday.
He did. How can he got greatness with the PS4 and God of War for his birthday.
Oh, yeah.
So, man, talk about a great birthday, man. He's probably living it up.
I don't think his feet have touched the ground yet.
I don't think so either. I think that he's realizing what life is for the first time. He's like, wow, this is amazing.
This is life.
This is life. Exactly. So, and here's the funny thing. When it comes to the Division, they lied to people. That's the problem that I have. You were supposed to get other story things, right? Like they were like, we're going to unlock this part of the map, and it's going to be another story, right? Another part of New York. Yeah, because they cut them out. They cut out
Central Park's coming next.
Yes, exactly. And they never did any of that stuff. They never gave anybody any of that stuff.
The first 3 DLCs were Horde mode. Get out of here.
Exactly. Like who cares about Horde modes and stuff like that? That's already like the most overdone thing. And nobody's really done it great since Gears, right? Like Gears is like a really good Horde mode. They do it, but I don't know of any others that do a really good job with it, to where you're like, oh man, I can't wait to play it. And that game was bullet spongy. You got people, right? They're people. They aren't like some kind of like jacked up aliens or something.
Or not even people in tanked armor or anything like major armor where you have to break through layers of shielding and armor. No, it was just a guy.
Yeah, just a guy, And so when you saw that, it just let me reload 3 clips to take care of this guy, like,
3 clips. Yeah. How about the long division? That's what they called it, right? That's what they knocked out long. The long division is what it should have been called. That's how you had to figure out how to upgrade your weapon. Hey, Crap, what are you using? Oh, my AR? It's at 9,757.3. What's yours at? Oh, man, I'm almost there. 8,926.4. Mooch, get your game together.
Yeah, exactly.
What the hell? Who the hell wants to carry the 1,800? I don't get it. I don't. It was ridiculous. The numbers were insane. And also the blueprints. They had every darn color under the book in those blueprints. Mooch, do you have the blue blueprint? No, I have the gold one. Well, only in this game is this one a little bit higher than that one. It's like, well, do you have the purple one? No, I'm gonna go get the. It was too cumbersome and not exciting enough to stay in. And then the actual what if you want to call it your hub, Crap, that was built within the first, I don't know, 6 hours, 7 hours of the game.
Yeah.
So I thought that was something that was going to be an ever growing thing. You wanted to keep building and building and building, and it was done in 5-6 hours. So,
yeah, I think that's 100% accurate. For me, I love the story. I played through it with Hellheimer and Grave. Yeah, that was awesome. Like the first bit of Dark Zone, what we were excited for the Dark Zone, right? You go in there, it's dangerous, you're scared.
Right.
And everybody that we ran into, nobody wanted to shoot it. Nobody wanted to do anything because they didn't want to lose their stuff.
Right.
So we're just sitting there. Nobody's doing anything. Like I remember Grave would make some funny statements like, I guess I'll get this loot and send it up this helicopter, and nobody's going to stop me because nobody is, nobody has the balls to, and he's right, nobody. And then I guess they did fix that later on or whatever, but that stuff all should have been with the amount of, alphas and betas and all that stuff that they had. They should have been able to, I
just missed opportunity crap because the game's beautiful. I like that for once. I know that Spider-Man's just coming from New York City too, but the Division was one of the ones that did New York City right, and it looked beautiful. The game was stunning, even though it was a technical quote-unquote downgrade from what we saw at E3. It was still a beautiful game. And it just sucks because I really wanted to kind of sink my teeth into that game. But after you got to level 30 and you saw, like you said, the Dark Zone was kind of a joke and the progression system became goofy. There was also those glitches where you would go do some of the, I'm not going to say strikes, but whatever they were calling them. And you could just wait and crouch and walk through like a door that would let you go right to an end boss. And you could like sneak around a certain way. I did it with a couple. I was like, this sucks. I'm like, this is the whole thing is just, and they fixed that eventually, but so many people that you played with were already so more advanced because they kept doing that trick 3, 4, 5 times, and they were so advanced. And then they were just and the system was backwards. So if you were lower, you couldn't fight the enemies because the enemies took the bullet number of the highest ranked person in your team. So if you were level 30 crap and you were playing with somebody who was 15, the 15 would have to just go sit in the background and reap the benefits of your teammates killing everybody because you couldn't contribute. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Exactly. So hey, Sir X-Man goes, what are you guys doing on a Sunday? Basically Thursday we had interview with the potential producer, so we had to push it to Sunday. So that's one of those things. And if you guys are just joining us, everything's coming along well. We got people working on new graphics, new everything. We've been interviewing some people for producer, trying to get the good fit in there and see what we can get, man, to get the show back up and run. It's going to be kind of a rebrand MSC show.
Yes.
It's going to be a fun time though. If you guys have any questions, I guess we could take some questions for the last.
Yeah, if there's any questions, throw them in the chat. Again, within a week or two, we will be back to taking calls and voicemails again, folks. So thank you for being patient.
It'll probably be a new number on Skype.
Yes, it will.
Oh yes. So yeah, we're definitely going to be doing that. Let's see. EDM Gamer says, I'm trying to beat Forza Horizon 4, but it's so boring. Should I uninstall it or force myself to beat it?
Huh.
Oh, ouch. I never saw anybody that thought it was boring.
Well, I mean, it's not that it's boring, but it might not be his bag. And I get that because, I mean, let's be honest. If he's that far along, maybe he's already done like 80 races crap. Hey, listen, EDM, if you're at the point where you're like, all right, I've got it, then you got it. I wouldn't necessarily say you got it. No, MNC says you have to sit on the couch and finish that. You have 5 more hours to play. Do it.
Crap said they said they want EDM Gamer to force himself.
Don't eat until you do it. Force
to play Forza Horizon 4.
Yeah.
No, man, just
don't.
I mean, if you enjoy it, play it. If you don't, then move on to something else, man. There's a lot of good games out right now. So
right.
Yeah, somebody goes, he misspelled Horizon Zero Dawn. Hey, EDM Gamer is a good guy. He's an Xbox fan. He's a big not fan. Everybody's a race car fan. You know what I mean?
Well, that's it. I think that's the case. And I'm shocked that Forza sells the way it does, crap, because I would have originally thought that was a niche thing, but it's really not. Because if you think back to the beginning of video game consoles, right, crap, we've always had everything from RC Pro-Am to F-Zero to the Gran Turismos to the Forzas. There's always been a pinnacle and a staple driving simulator game that people just love to play year in and year out. So it's not niche.
Salty goes, is Forza Horizon 4 niche? I don't think Horizon is niche. I think that the motorsport is niche. I think Horizon has been able to kind of transcend that, even casuals can enjoy it. There's so many sliders on that game. You can realistically basically set that game to where it almost controls for itself if you wanted it to, you know what I mean? Like, so it's got that accessibility for all different types. You know, you can really crank it up and almost be a simulation open world game. I mean, I don't know how many simulations are like crashing into stuff, but right. Yeah, like you could do your own thing. It's really, and the co-op and the online. So I think it really transcends that. But I haven't seen a lot of racing games be able to do that. And it's not just because I'm such a Forza fan.
Right.
I do 100% think Motorsport is more of a niche title than the Horizon series.
Yes.
So I mean, I think that's.
Clinging Venom says, "Hey Mooch, what do you think about Skybound completing the last season of The Walking Dead?" We talked about this earlier in the show. I think that's great for consumers. Me, that was literally just elevator music for me. I mean, I'm not playing those games. That's a never was for me. But I think if you guys all paid for it, this is great fan service. I shouldn't really say fan service. You paid for it and you earned it. So I think it's good on them to do that and to keep the gamers pleasantly pleased, because it keeps people buying games like they had for $20, paying up front for games you were promised to get. And if people don't fulfill that, people are going to be more hesitant in the future to pay forward, right, Crap? I mean, why would you pay forward?
That really puts a dent in the whole pay episodic deal. You know what I mean? Like people want to kind of pay for the episodic deals or whatever. And I think that, you know, that makes people wary about that. So
I agree.
You know, it's one of those things, you know, I see, so like just changing the subject real quick. Like I see people talking about this Venom movie, right?
Yeah.
And I find that funny because of course it got tore up by the critics. I see some people that liked it, and I'm seeing like way more people just go, it was like the most horrible thing ever. You know what I mean?
Like I've seen the entire spectrum get hit.
Yeah, so I think it'll be one of those Rent or whatever, you know.
Oh, it's definitely a Rent.
Yeah, it's definitely a Rent. I'm not gonna like waste my money. I rarely go see movies. I'm definitely not gonna go see one that's so kind of.
It's unfortunate, but movie theaters for me, maybe it's because we've been doing it for so long too. Crap, we've been going to movies for 8 years. I'm kind of right. I mean, if it's a new Star Wars or the new Infinity War that's gonna come out next year, you know, the sequel, I'm gonna go see that in the theater.
Last ride for Cap.
I know it's very, very depressing, to be honest with you. I mean, you know, you get accustomed to these actors, and
maybe they'll throw them a bunch of money or something. You know what I mean? Like, hey,
I could see Chris Evans coming back with a boatload of money thrown at him, but I don't know if you're going to get Robert Downey Jr. because he's getting older. Crap, you know. I mean, he showed his age in the last one.
Maybe a little bit, but I think that he is Iron Man. I mean, come on.
I agree. Oh, I don't want anybody else. I mean, because part of Iron Man is that absolute cocky behavior, and Robert Downey Jr. has always been that guy. That's him.
Yeah,
he's been Tony Stark his whole life.
Yeah, I mean, he's that guy. He does that whole you know, he is that character until he does DVD commentary. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I completely agree with that, and you know, it's going to be different. I think that eventually they had a plan, because I heard the guy who plays Thor, he re-signed, so he's going to be around for a while. So like they're going to move on with some of these other lesser known type characters and stuff like that. I guess.
Well, you know, I mean, also I think the guy that they got to play Doctor Strange is just marvelous. He's fantastic.
Marvelous.
Marvelous.
Yes.
Billy Crystal.
Exactly. Anybody else have any questions? Somebody says, "Go Giants."
Yeah, let's go Giants. But boy, do we need it today? Because if we go to 1-4, that, my friends, is what we call a wrap.
Yes,
we'll wrap it up and we'll
stick a fork in them.
Let's start looking forward to the draft.
Hey, my team's playing the Browns, but that could be easily be a trap game, because you come.
Could be a trap game.
Yeah, you come off that Pittsburgh win over there in Pittsburgh, and then you
put your shields down.
Yeah, man, I wouldn't take them.
That's all you need is to lose them. WRZ Cup will absolutely.
He's already tweeted me twice.
I saw that. He puts me in those too, which is great.
Yeah, I'm like, you know, that might not age well. We'll see.
Here we go, Brownies. Here we go. I love how he's so pumped about it.
Foxy's like, sports. Yes,
sports.
We're talking sports just a little bit.
Salty goes 0-5. Here we come. And listen, Salt, I've got David Johnson in 2 of my fantasy leagues. It's breaking my heart too.
Well, I mean, you guys got a quarterback for the future, so I mean, I guess.
Yeah, you got that going on.
Yeah,
that's what the Giants are going to need to do if we dip this season to where it is. I think we need a couple more to shore up our O line, and we're going to need a quarterback next year for certain.
Yeah, that's terrible. You guys got one of the worst O lines ever. So I saw this one guy on your O line. I guess he got benched now. I don't know who his name is.
Flowers, I think.
Yeah, no, maybe, but he couldn't block he couldn't block anything.
He used to be left tackle. I believe they moved him to the right side, and Eli got pummeled a couple of weeks back. When he got pummeled, they were like, all right, you're benched. And at this point, you can't be bad on both sides of the ball. You know what I mean? You're both sides of the quarterback. He's got a blind side. Yeah. So, it is what it is. Man, we need to talk sports crap and mooch. Yeah, I'll be honest with you, Salty. Would be something fun down the line, down in the future to have maybe a sports show. And I think Salty would be great for that.
It would be. Our audience would be 100% male.
That'll change from the 99.8% we have now.
Yeah, it is. Hey, I got up to 4% one time female. So yeah, I think it's going to be great.
Look at Lady Foxfire. She's like, okay, bye. Just lost Foxy. There goes that.
Basically, we appreciate you guys. Please, we're very close to 250 likes. We're gonna be back doing Thursday on Mooch's channel this week.
Yes.
And there's gonna be Xbox Nation, and hopefully we get some more news and stuff. A little bit of a light week this week, but we still had a good time kind of talking and just hanging out with you guys and doing this. So we
had almost 415 people live with an unannounced show crap. So that means that, as Lethal said, the numbers don't lie. Zaire's famous for that too. He's right. Numbers don't lie. If you guys, we are really, we're committed to this show. So anyone that happens to be a Patreon member or wants to become one, you couldn't invest into you couldn't invest into a better show. You've got two people here that will always give you an M&C show every week, regardless.
We're out here dancing. We're out here doing whatever we have to do.
I even brought the harmonica today. I was gonna have to get a jig going. I would have done it. I could definitely dance.
Thankfully, we didn't need that much. So
no, we didn't have to dance today, which is great.
Can relax. Yeah. So the Patreon money still goes to the games and all that kind of stuff, but also goes to we need some new equipment, graphics and all that kind of stuff, and this stuff's not free. And so that it's all going to kind of reboot the show. M&C show.
I know.
M&C show.
We really appreciate it, guys. I'm excited to hear the new song myself, crap.
I am too. I mean, it's going to be a hell of a thing. So we really appreciate you guys. Yes. We're gonna be very excited to kind of unveil everything as it comes along. Thank you guys so much. Hit the like button. Have some fun today.
Yes, enjoy your time playing with your games and friends and family and all that good stuff. Enjoy some football, and we'll see you guys Thursday night or Xbox Nation on Wednesday night.
Yes. We'll catch you guys later. Rack them up. Have a great one. Later.